Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Super Carlin Gaming Mario Kart 8 Roulette Challenge. Man, we made it through.
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
It surprises me every time which voice you go with.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna get to repeats eventually. So
well,
who knows?
How many voices do we?
How
really
many
have
voices
anyway?
can I even do? Not many. That I feel. Maybe I can. Who knows?
Maybe we could do like Jim Dale's version of Gilderoy Lockhart one day.
Remind me of that next time.
That would be good.
Harry. Anyway, oh my gosh. Gilderoy Lockhart. What a stupendous character in the world of literature. Let's get some dice rolls going.
All right, 26.
Oh, guys, that's what I had last time, I think. That's 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. King Boo! Oh, man, I wish I'd landed on Toadette there, not on this big chunky ghost, but whatever.
22 for Ben.
Ooh, 22. You're gonna be... So let's see here.
Oh, you're gonna have a good one. You're gonna have Larry!
Lemmy is my normal
Lemmy is your go-to, but Larry's not bad.
Not bad. You had him last round.
Now we're both
Morton,
on the cat
terrible.
cruiser. Morton is awful. You don't want Morton at all.
Morton.
And his eyelashes and his kiss makeup. Ugh, still awful.
12.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, the Blue Falcon.
11. 16.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
it looks hilarious.
boy.
Oh no, this is awful.
16.
16. Yeah, oh my god, I look ridiculous.
I love it.
Oh, I don't think this is going to be a good
That's the
round
dream
for me
car,
at all.
man.
This is it.
That's
He
for
won
like
the
a
Blue Falcon with the cushion
8-year-old boy.
tires. Yeah, this looks like something every 5-year-old picks.
28.
Ah,
Oh boy.
City Tripper?
Beep, beep. 10. I don't know, you were
Nothing fun.
17. I really like this rig for you, Ben.
Yeah.
So lots of handling, lots of traction. You don't really need speed
man,
because you're going to
baby.
be going a million miles an hour anyway.
That's
All
what
you
you
really need
do.
to know for the baby park is just keep turning, because it's
Just-
just one big turn.
Oh yeah, it's
keep
the like
turning.
11 lap, whatever the heck.
Yeah.
That one
alright.
gives me like much anxiety indeed.
Okay, so we are doing the Frogger Cup today.
The Frogger
The
Cup.
Frogger Cup. Here we go.
All right, so I have a really quick question before we get to the actual questions of
Get
the day.
into it. Get into
Okay,
it.
so one thing that I've noticed about Super Carlin Brothers for like eternal times is essentially that whenever we do our call to subscribe motion, it's usually like, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Yeah.
The fact that we speak it in such a routine way, I feel like does not insist upon the person to actually subscribe.
That's fair.
I feel like we need to mix it
One
up.
of these times, just be like, hey, don't forget to subscribe, man.
Like, hey guys, like,
break
honestly,
it down.
I mean,
Seriously.
don't do it unless you want to. Like, that, I mean, I would like to make that clear, of course.
yeah,
but
yeah.
like, you know, if you feel like this advice is making a difference in your life, could you kindly do us the honor of subscribing to our channel?
Yeah. While you're there, maybe go check out the Jonathan Carlin vlogging channel too. Do it. It's a great fun. You can see the behind the scenes. You can see the story of how my child was born.
It's true.
It's fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a bad call to action, Jay.
Not a bad,
call to action.
Anyway.
All right, question of the day. Or one of them, anyway. GW Ruth
Hey,
says,
what
hi,
up?
guys.
Hey.
I have been close friends with someone for a couple of years, but we are constantly getting into arguments. Is this bad, and is there any way to fix it?
Oh
my gosh, I recently noticed the phenomenon about new friends and how new friends are so much fun because you don't argue with them yet.
Oh, because you are, yeah, you don't feel the, the more comfortable you are with someone, the more you argue with them. Ben, you were going to win.
You know, Ben, I
this
think I have to
race.
disagree.
I see what you did there.
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
No! Ben,
Oh!
Ben in the
I
lead!
told you.
Oh
I
my
told
gosh.
you.
Look at this.
Yes!
Oh man.
I already think I have more points than I got in the entire last round.
Well done, well done.
Oh,
All
look
right.
at Roy's in last place.
Of course.
Classic
Look at
Roy.
there's
You
Morton
literally
in
have
7.
more points than you did last round.
Oh man.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so
boy.
good and so bad at the same time.
Okay,
all right,
sorry.
actually,
Go
I
back
forgot
to
what
the
the original
question.
question was.
Sorry, I was so
arguments
elated.
with friends, how to fix it? Is it bad?
Oh, okay. You know what? This reminds me a lot of our younger brother Tyler, who.
Sorry.
I was thinking about my best man speech today.
Ooh.
And a lot of it has to do with how growing up with Tyler, he was
Unbearable?
bit of a contrarian, you might say.
A bit.
To know Tyler is to have argued with Tyler. You know,
so
it is more bearable in his adult life, but my goodness, Tyler he is like a master at getting under your skin. Like, he is not to be messed with in that territory.
He has a skill.
He has I mean, if it
He
were,
should have been a surgeon.
oh my god, he should have been a surgeon. Oh my god, that's the best joke I've heard all day, man. Oh man.
Get under your skin, surgeon.
Yeah,
Skin.
yeah.
no.
I don't get it. Oh man, the best jokes need to be explained. That much
how you know it's funny.
that much
It's a
has
rule.
always been true.
If people don't explain it, how do you know
How do you
it was
know
funny?
it was funny? Yeah. I'm still laughing. Oh gosh. But alas, I remain friends. I am now friends with Tyler.
You are now. I am not just brothers. I am friends with them.
Friends. Yeah, I think that's probably true of a lot of sibling relationships. You know,
Yeah.
that I think a lot of people said that about us before. They're like, "How do you have such a good relationship with your sibling?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Well, you should see my other one." No,
Oh, Tyler!
no,
Poor Tyler.
I'm just being mean now. Tyler is not so bad anymore. Oh my gosh! I'll tell you what's bad is this redonkulous machine I'm driving today. With the goat. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have first. Oh, I can't even
Bet if you
drive
could stay on the
straight.
track, you'd be so good at this game.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
If only I could stay on the track. It's just so hard when you're so fast.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Oh, did you see me? I hit the cheese.
You hit the whole level is cheese.
Well, I hit it.
Did you cut it?
What were you saying
Did we
about?
get any advice out of this?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. All I've done is make fun of Tyler.
I feel like that's the opposite of the
I
advice.
know.
Or maybe it's the moral of
Maybe
the
it's
advice.
less. You know what? Just keep arguing because
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright, so my immediate thought on this is going to be the case that, like, I think with a lot of friends, what I struggled with
Oh my
at
gosh.
points in my life was wanting my friends to think the same way as me for no reason at all. Like, why? It was a question I ultimately had to ask myself. Why did I want them to think the same way as me? Why was it so important that they agreed with what I said?
How was neither of us in the league? Koopa Troopa. What? What? I don't even.
I don't even.
We're not gonna get
No,
free
we're
star
not.
on this one.
That's okay. So far, I like this one, so I'd be happy to play it again. But no, so I think that one thing that I read once upon a time was like, the true sign of intelligence is the ability to humor someone else's idea, even if you don't agree with it.
They're
And I
lies.
think the more that, like, whenever you're arguing with somebody, it's usually because both people think that they are right, obviously. And I think there's always something to be learned from a perspective. So it's like, why, somebody's not wrong for thinking something a certain way unless it's like they're trying to argue that, like, 2 + 2 is 5, which it totally is.
Boy, I'm sure that's the kind of thing Tyler can get you to argue about, though. But, that's the kind of skill levels he's at.
Right.
Oh man, I'll give you a quick. I was getting mad thinking about my best man speech. The other day,
Getting
'cause, like,
mad?
not mad, just like I was like referencing a particular argument I had with him that was particularly outrageous, and oh my gosh, it's just. I could feel my blood boiling the way it did on that day.
on that very day.
On that day. Oh my gosh, and I can even see him doing it at the wedding, being like, "No, Jay, actually, I'm gonna be like Tyler."
Man, maybe you should reformat your best man.
No, it's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna talk about this argument. I'm gonna talk about it's important because of how Emily has affected Tyler. It's like that's why it's important.
Now I see.
You see,
I like
you
it.
need to know where he came from to know how great Emily has been for him.
I thought you were going more with the tactic of, this is the nicest thing I can say about you. Poor Tyler.
Not quite. No, it's okay. I mean, he's marrying a very nice girl, and I'm very excited to have her as part of the family. So, this is such a horrible.
With arguments with friends, I think that arguing is fine, so long as how you handle like the aftermath of it, right? Like if you argue to the point where you're angry at each other, that's not okay.
You should just not do that. Like, I often ask DK questions about things because I know that we view the world differently.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, hey, dude, walk me through, like, why. I know that you're going to see this differently from me. Why?
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
And then just be like, to have that be okay. That's totally fine.
Explain it.
If anything, I think
my
that
God.
it's great because then for both of us, we
Man, you beat me in 2 races so far.
What?
This is the worst rig.
Oh my gosh! Now the
God.
pressure is immensely on because there is a scenario where I actually.
You could be the gold cup winner of this cup.
Ooh, yeah.
It could happen.
It wouldn't even happen.
Okay, I feel like we've been answering this question for a while, but I'm going to weigh in one more time. There was a little piece of advice that I heard a couple weeks ago, and this is not necessarily for friendships. It's more of like a relationship advice, but I think you'll get the appropriate takeaway. We'll see. And that was that, like, I think it's kind of echoes what Ben said. Like, why did you need the other person to think exactly the way you did? Like, why? And this was like a marital thing, but it was like, in marriages, like, a lot of times people like argue, like TV, people and couples are always arguing about who's like the winner and loser and who's right and who's wrong. And it's like, the comment was, if you're always a winner, then you're sleeping next to a loser.
Ah!
Oh, good point.
Which is, and it's like, that's so true. It's like, I mean, I think it levels out I think it has meaning in 2 ways. One, that, you've made somebody feel like a loser, but then that, like, you're probably making them become like someone you might consider like a loser. It's like, winning and losing is not the right words.
Right.
Being right and wrong is not the right words. It's like, that's not what you should be aiming for, really, most of the time. Anyway, that's it. Let's move to another question because we've spent almost the whole episode.
Okay. This one, Hannah Widman. Hi, do you guys have any tips on how to maintain a close friendship with someone? I've not really had a close friend for many years, and it's affecting my confidence. It makes me a bit upset. It's not that I have trouble finding friends, it's just that I never know what to talk about, or I guess I'm just scared of them not liking me or making them mad for some reason. What should I do? Hannah from Sweden.
Here's what you want to do is, oh my gosh, I am
Open
so
the door
stuck.
and get out of your own head.
No, what you want to do is you want to create experiences with people over and over. I think, like, the best friendships are built on, like, weird, crazy stories. So you're going to want to get into a dangerous situation with somebody and
survive it.
And survive it and come out the other end. And then you will always share that together. Or just something like extremely strenuous. So, like, maybe pick up like a project. You know what? We've said this before. Join the cross-country team because, my God, people who suffer together bond together, and people suffer a lot on the cross-country.
That's very true. I think one of the things that actually recently occurred to me is, oh man, I'm not going to beat you. One of the things that occurred to me is that, like, we've talked before about, like, our best friend group.
Oh, still got the trophy.
Up. Man, look at you. Pulled it out. I beat you twice and you still came in first overall.
Well, that means I beat you twice as well.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We grew up with this friend group that we call the GMA.
The Green Mallet Association.
Yes, and they were like our closest friends. And exactly what Jay is saying is that, like, our entire friendship was built on experiences that we all had together. It didn't occur to me until we got much older that I didn't actually know how all of these people felt about, like, very key things. Like, I didn't know, like, what political affiliation these friends
might have had.
Because it was like, that was never, ever the focus of our friendship. It was always so much more to do with,
what's the crazy adventure we're having this weekend?
Exactly. Like, the thing we had in common is what brought us together, and we just never really, didn't dwell on the things that we were different at.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So there you go. Join cross country and/or, something dangerous.
Try to cross.
How to gain friends? Break laws and/or suffer.
You laugh, but there's that old saying that, like, a good friend will bail you out of jail. A best friend is sitting there with you.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to that. Maybe don't actually try and get thrown in jail. I mean, don't get caught, right? But
this advice is torpedoing.
So it's going a little downhill or uphill. I don't know, whichever.
That never makes sense.
It never makes sense.
Yeah.
Uphill and downhill.
But downhill's easy. Downhill's great.
Right, but
Let's go
if
downhill all the time.
But if you were like if you were looking at like stocks and you were like, these stocks are headed downhill.
Oh yeah,
It'd
that'd
be like,
bad.
great.
Yeah.
That sounds so easy and simple.
And be like, You're like, how's your relationship? It's really heading downhill, you know. But then if you said, how's your relationship? It feels like an uphill battle, you know. So you see, I think the thing is, hills are just not fun.
There you go.
So find a friend, walk up some hills, and they'll be best friends.
There you go.
Full circle, boom, nailed it. Thanks for watching. Please, if you wouldn't mind, maybe just subscribe to the channel. You know,
We give lots of advice and stuff, and there's reasons to subscribe other than the fact that we're not saying it in a practiced way.
In a practiced way. You know, there's also some people like to like videos. Maybe you consider that as well.
Maybe you found the whole uphill conversation. fun
Maybe
and
you
engaging.
have your own questions that you would like these guys
maybe
to answer.
you do.
Leave some of those.
We would like to answer those questions and hand out some advice to you. Maybe you'll get lucky and we'll spend most of an episode talking about it. And,
Or not talking
or
about
not
it.
talking about it. Yeah, or we'll just jabs at our brother. It'll be great.
If you would like our next episode to be us making fun of Tyler,
Oh boy.
we can't do that, probably.
Probably. I mean, we could. This trophy has been spinning for a while. We're
All right.
gonna end the episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Quality 8th place.